Who's first?
Well, Coach, how did it feel to get the guys back on the field and, get whatever was left of spring break after Monday out of them?
Yeah, honestly, I think we're still on spring break. That was not an attractive practice. So, and that's exactly what I just told them. It's got to be better on Friday. We fought through it. It was just ugly. We never had any bounce. We ran them on Monday, and we lifted yesterday, and we just looked sluggish. But we'll look. Maybe we got more done on film than I think. It just wasn't pretty. And hopefully we'll have a better day on Friday. We've had really good 5 days before we left. There wasn't that bounce today. We got to get it back.
Just not mentally there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's sluggish legs or mentally sluggish or just not back. I mean, heck, maybe, I don't know, maybe we're all still in spring break, but it wasn't our best practice. We got to learn from it and try to respond, and hopefully we will on Friday.
You mentioned Friday. Just what are you going to look for now on Friday?
Hopefully just see a response, take another step forward. We're not adding a whole lot, a little bit here and there. It wasn't a mental problem where we didn't know what to do. It's just getting the spark and the energy that we demand really on a daily basis. So, not running on and off, not really breaking with tempo, just stuff that we were used to doing. And we're going to see that on Friday, just see us respond to what was not really a great day for us.
How difficult is that? Because before spring break, I mean, you guys were rolling pretty good. It seemed like you almost didn't want to let them leave, because you were rolling so well. But then to have that period and then to try to get back and gain that momentum again.
To me, it's a lot of it. It's a picture of what you got that happens during the season. You have an open week. You have a Saturday that you don't play, or you travel. We're going to have those 3 games on the road at the end. We're going to have some short weeks where we got to travel during the year. It prepares you for that. You got to keep those things in your memory bank and remember what it felt like when you weren't at your best. So more during the season, we probably won't have that spark on Saturday, and we got to find a way to win an ugly game. We won't feel at our best. It doesn't matter. And so we just got to try to learn from it, and hopefully some seniors and leaders will step up. And when you see that happening, hopefully they'll respond and kind of take it and try to change the tempo, change the momentum of what's happening.
How would you describe your situation at running back coming into the spring, and what are you trying to accomplish or do at that position right now?
Well, we got numbers for the first time in a while. It did not help that Warren couldn't practice the first 5 days, and now Silky's out for no telling how long. But we've got some guys with very little experience. We got to find out what they're capable of. We've moved Darryl Rollins and Chris back in the backfield. Chauncey, back in the backfield, and finding out what they can do is important, and we got to do it in a setting where we don't get guys hurt, and we're doing it in a controlled setting. So over a 15-day period, try to get enough reps for each guy. We can see what they're good at, what they can and cannot do. We've got Armand Way coming in the fall. He's a big thumper kind of guy, and we got to know where, kind of what a pecking order is going into the season with him coming in, so we kind of know where he fits as well. So I think it's just learning who the guys are and what they're capable of as much as anything.
Not enough time to really establish a pecking order?
I don't know that we will, and it's probably still going to be by committee. I don't know with the group that we've got. I don't know that any one guy is going to be out there the entire game. I think it's still going to take a committee of guys. We just don't want to. We want to know what the pool is going to be and what their specialties are, what they're really good at, and I think all of them are different in their own way.
Johnson White, what's his
ankle
issue?
Rolled up in the scrimmage the other day. He only played a couple plays, one of them being an 80-yard pop, and then the next thing you know, he was in a boot. Maybe next week, but really don't know.
What was Warren's issue?
Hamstring. Hurt it before spring started, and it's struggled. He was better today.
How's the quarterback situation shaping up right now?
Well, if today was if I had to decide today, I'd say we don't have one. It just wasn't a good day. Now I don't know how much that had to do with us up front, how much it had to do with them. I was pleased in the scrimmage at some of the things that we did, and I thought that Justice Hanson, for not having been here any longer than he's been, showed some really good signs last week. I think Cameron Burse is playing better than he did last year. I think Tabor's been kind of what we expected him to be, and at times DJ shows flashes, just not enough of anybody yet, and that's the challenge there too. Is it's hard to get 4 guys reps. It's just really not possible. So trying to narrow it down, but you got to put 2 good guys together to do that, and we haven't really done that yet.
Same deal kind of with the offensive line. I know you guys have 2 seniors out. How are you guys trying to kind of mesh in the new guys with the old guys?
That's the toughest one of all. That's a group where they all got to work together. You take 5 guys that have been playing next to each other, and you take 2 of them out, and they're not there at all. it's been a struggle. And I don't know that Allen's been able to put the same 5 guys up there together very often. They're playing out of position. We got guys we're just trying to find a way to work through the spring, because when you get those 2 starters back, they're going to plug back in, and you'll feel good about what we got. But it's not helping us. It's not helping us right now today. And there's a lot of guys running free, to be honest with you. So it's tough to evaluate running backs and quarterbacks when we're still trying to get some continuity up front.
Of the running backs you have been able to see, has anyone made a pretty good impression on you? Anybody stood out?
Well, I mean, Johnson's ability to hit a big one the other day and outrun people was encouraging. He maybe a step faster than he was. I think we've been pleased with what we've seen from Darryl at running back, not having been back there, and I think we're all really kind of excited to see. I thought Jamal Jones had a good day. He kind of tweaked his knee last Friday, but before that, he had some good things. He made a couple of guys miss in one-on-one situations. He's stepped up and blocked well in protection. Just needs more reps, but those are kind of been bright spots that we've seen in the first 6 days.
Talk a little bit about what you got going on Friday with the high school coaches.
We're meeting with some head coaches in the morning for a breakfast and just kind of talk about really football in the state and camps and the future of what they want, what they're looking to do, and where we can be involved in that. And then in the afternoon, we really open up the doors to any assistant coaches that want to come and talk drills, watch tape, watch practice, and then we'll just hang and try to get to know them afterwards. We'll have some drinks and have some food and hang out and just really, as much as anything, just network and get to know people.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. Well, how's it feel to be back on the field? You're moving well now, and how's that hammy feeling?
It feels pretty good to be back on the field, just to be back with the team, and after a couple weeks, just trying to push it and not push it too hard, but just enough. It feels all right, getting back, getting a good soreness to it, and just really working it back into a shape.
Coach had to stop practice early on, and maybe talk to you guys a little bit about energy and effort and things like that. Just your thoughts of that, and what the feel was today for practice as a group.
As a unit, it was all right. Not one of our best days, but that's what spring is for. We're here to work, and some days it happens, but we just gotta get better.
As far as your coming back from the hamstring injury, where would you say you are right now as far as percentage-wise being back close to 100%?
Probably 75, 80%. Just been living in the training room, really getting it right.
How's it feel? I mean, Silky's out right now. He's a little dinged up right now, and so you're kind of leading the crew. And I mean, here you are, just finishing up your freshman year of school. I know you're already considered what would be a sophomore in football years, but how does that feel, just kind of having a leadership role?
I mean, we learned from a great guy, Mike G, and it feels pretty normal just going out here and being myself. And Silk is out, but he's gonna be back soon, and me and him together just try to work together and keep competition going.
Talking about your leg, in the scrimmage, but today I was noticing y'all doing some fundamentals and blocking, one-on-one blocking, putting some pressure on it. How did it feel doing that? Because a lot of times, you're using a lot of effort, a lot of pressure off those legs.
Definitely, that's where all my power comes from. Just being in that athletic stance, I had a wrap on today, giving a little bit more pressure. So it wasn't bad, but during the end of practice, it got a little tight, but just to keep moving and keeping it warm.
What's some of the things that you maybe wanted to work on personally in this spring camp?
Definitely blocking and doing my job, being able to catch the ball and look it all the way in and keep down the turnovers.
From your perspective behind the line of scrimmage, as a running back, how would you assess the O-line situation right now? How are those guys performing, particularly in light of having so many guys in and out right now with injuries and stuff?
Oh, yeah, they're doing great. Taking on the battles as they come. Some guys are going down here and there, but they keep fighting, and that's all we can ask for. And keep running behind them, and as they fight, we fight. So,
how about the tempo? It's faster than I've seen it. Period. And we were pretty fast before, but it seems a lot faster now.
It definitely is. Coming back 3 weeks or so. I was gassed today, and all the other guys were, they were just moving along, but I really had to keep up with the tempo and keep pushing it.
Ready when you guys are.
I'm ready.
Well, Chauncey, how did it feel getting back on the practice field after a spring break? Was it a nice rude awakening?
Yeah, actually felt great. You know, I love football. I hated being away from it, but it's also good to go back and see your family a couple times. But it felt great today.
How tough was it to come back today, you know, after over a week off?
It was pretty tough, and I was a little winded. I understand some of the guys was also a little winded. Coming off from a week of football, you know, your condition level, it kind of goes down, but, you know, it's building back up, so we're going to be pretty good.
Well, now you're back where, you know, you're most comfortable on the offensive side of the ball, carrying the ball. How's it feel making that transition back, and what's maybe some of the things you want to work on now?
It feels good, you know. I just want to work on, you know, catching up with the tempo of college ball, period, tempo of the offense, and I want to work on the little things, that's catching the ball, on my blocking, some numerous things, and no turnovers. I'm not trying to have any turnovers.
What's the biggest challenge in getting back to playing a position that you're most comfortable with now at the Division I level, and now going back there and trying to figure it out? What's the biggest challenge of playing running back at the D1 level?
Competing with the other ones that already been there. That's really the toughest thing for me right now. I don't think football, period. I've been doing it all my life, so it's not that difficult to me. It's just competing against a guy who also has the same ability as you. So I just work to be the better dude, be the better player. So that's all it is.
Okay.
Kind of a tough first day back after spring break, apparently, huh?
Yeah, you know, with our tempo of the offense, it was, you know, pretty tough. We had that week off, and coming back, we knew the expectations, and I just feel like we didn't meet those expectations today, but we'll come out Friday and be a better football team.
What are some of the things for you coming into this spring camp? This is old hat to you. I mean, you've done spring camp. You know what to expect, but what's some of the things that you maybe came in wanting to work on this spring?
Just overall being more versatile. You know, at any position they throw me at, I want to, you know, come in and compete at the highest level I can, and I feel like that's my biggest thing that I feel like I need to work on, and I'm working on it. Like with all the injuries we have, they got me moving around a lot, so that's been a really big challenge for me. But I mean, I'm enjoying where I'm at right now, and I'm enjoying the team.
What's some of the biggest changes with Coach Rudolph versus, you know, Coach Ellerby? There's always a difference in philosophy and coaching styles and things like that, and then that transition for you guys as a group.
I mean, both of them I feel are really great coaches, and the difference between them is they just two totally different people, and they teach different ways, you know. And coming in with the offense, I feel like, you know, Coach Anderson is pushing the tempo even more for us, and Coach Rudolph is doing a great job with us, teaching us more, you know, technique-wise, and it's just a challenge every day because we learning something new every day through him, and he's a really great coach.
You know, you guys have had a few injuries here in camp that, you know, I mean, you guys are having to play different spots. You talked about, you know, trying to be more versatile yourself. How much do you feel like that's going to maybe help you guys down the road with these other guys being able to get these reps and playing different positions and so on and so forth?
I feel like it's a big challenge for us right now because everybody's so timid and new to it. But I feel like it'll help us tremendously far down the line, you know, because you never know what's going to happen in football games, and people might have to bump. And with most of us getting experience at different positions and getting more comfortable with it throughout the practice, I feel like that'll help us greatly as a team as far as when we get into the season.
You acknowledge it collectively as a group that has been pretty tough on you guys this spring with so many guys in and out with injuries and personal issues, et cetera.
Yeah, it's been pretty tough. You know, we got to bring these young guys along, and with, you know, two of our starters out, Jamar and Tank, it's just a different experience because, you know, we've been gelling together all last year, and those guys are out now. So, you know, we just the seniors got to step up and be leaders and show the young guys how to play. And I feel like we're doing that. We're bringing them along, but we got a long way to go.
Of the newcomers and, you know, the young guys, who's kind of maybe impressed you here early on?
I feel like all of them coming along pretty good. And all of them just, you know, don't nobody specifically stick out to me because all of them do different things good, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like their greatest challenge is just to come together all as a unit because, like you said, we have a lot of seniors this year, and my job is to make sure that they're ready when we leave. And I feel like a lot of those guys bring great attributes to the team, and I feel like they will be a great offensive line when we leave.
Well, Coach, now that you've got the guys back, you got your hands on them again, just maybe your thoughts of today's practice.
Not good. Simple as that. Not good. I can't sugarcoat it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We did not have a good day today. I don't think our effort, I don't think our intensity, but most importantly, I don't think our focus